Hi everyone and welcome to another episode by Poor Man Gamer. Today is episode 10 of Learning from the Greats, and I'm going to introduce to you one of the coolest decks I've ever seen from what I believe to be a pretty great player, and this is Noid Hex. So Noid Hex, shoutouts to you for coming up with a scavenger deck, using it in a way I've never seen before. Now, I'm going to show you guys here his first play against somebody from Ascendance, Fred, a top 100 player. Fred is a very, very respectable player, and Noid Hex has using a Nod deck I've never ever seen before, because I don't think anyone's actually spent the money that he has yet. So this is his deck: Rifleman with a Scavenger, a Chem Buggy, a Giga Cannon, and then my favorite combo personally, the Infernal Phantom combo. Now check out what he does here. I've never seen somebody use a Scavenger so well before, mostly because I've never seen anybody use a Scavenger, period. Here, he opens with a Giga Cannon. He knows that Fred, okay, first off, Fred has got almost all level 15s in his deck, so he knows that he is outgunned here. Rather than building a unit to scout, he actually patiently waited and countered Fred, okay, to protect his Harvester with a Giga Cannon. That is such a unique strategy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So he, right off the bat, he was able to survive that rush off Fred. Obviously, when someone sends a bike and a Chem Buggy, they haven't built a Harvester. At this stage of the game, with the initial rush having failed, Fred probably should have built his Harvester, but rather than that, he continues to try to press his advantage to go after the enemy Harvester. And even with the Harvester death, Noid Hex uses the Scavenger and picks up 10 Tiberium. He just picked up 20 Tiberium. Right, and there it is with the Chem Buggy. He picked up 30 Tiberium now, all with the help of his Scavengers. And this is why I believe Noid Hex is so cool. I think he just unearthed the key to something amazing. 40 Tiberium, 50, 60 Tiberium, and now he's got 2 Scavengers out there that he's using to pick up even more of these units, right, to pick up even more for Tiberium. There's 70, there's 80, okay, well, I don't know if he got the last one, so 70 Tiberium he's up already by using the Scavenger, and in doing so, he's also very patiently pressed his advantage to survive Fred's rush by using the Giga Cannon to counter almost everything that he sent his way. He was able to outsmart and outbeat a superior opponent, and down goes Fred with his level 15 units. Really cool, right? The only reason that Noid Hex was able to pump out these Giga Cannons was because he was able to use his Scavengers to build his economy and let these cheap troops die. It is so cool to see, right? And I'll show you the level difference here. Look, all 15s and maxed out 13s versus 13s and 12s. So this is why I thought it was really cool. Up next, I'm going to show you another Noid Hex play here. Now, in this case, I'm going to show you the loss first. The reason is because he actually played Lopatka about 4 or 5 times in a row. I want to show you his loss first, because you're going to quickly see why Noid Hex has amazing micro. It's not just overpowering his opponents. He has a really, really spot-on sharp micro to make this deck successful. And I'm going to try to slow it down where I can. Here in this case, he scouts with his Scavenger, and he sees his Cyber Wheel, and he's keeping the missile going. They're scouting each other out, feeling each other out. Now check this out, okay? He sees the Chem Buggy come in, so there he kills the Cyber Wheel to pick up 10 Tiberium. He sacrifices his Scavengers. Hang on 1 second here. I got seasonal allergies. Hang on. Oh, I had to pause the video there, sorry. So now he's using his Scavenger. He purposely walks it into the Tiberium cloud, and look what he does here. He's letting his second Scavenger die, so he's already picked up 10 Tiberium. There's 20 Tiberium, because he used a second set of Scavengers to pick up the and another 10, and there's 30 Tiberium. So he basically just did the equivalent of breaking even for one of his units, right? And that's what I think is so cool. And I've never seen anybody utilize the Giga Cannon the way he has, which is here, right? So now he rolls out the Giga Cannon. He gets himself in a bad matchup because he did not see the Mutineers coming by, the Marauders. So he didn't see the Marauders coming in. So now he's going to counter his Marauders with a Chem Buggy, which is his hard counter against infantry. He picks up 10 Tiberium here again, and even though he loses his Giga Cannon, he's able to pick up another 10 Tiberium. He's facing up against a Chem Buggy. He almost picked up that first missile win, but unfortunately he was just outpowered there at the very end, didn't win the matchup advantage. But he did use the Giga Cannon to wipe out everything because it got charged up. And so now, you know, he caught himself in a bad matchup there. This is actually a really unique match because you do see the Marauders there on the top and the bottom, and you're gonna see how he constantly micros his Scavengers to be within the death of a unit, so he can pick up as many of these as he can. Normally with the Marauder, okay, I don't know if you guys saw this, there was one at the top up there. Okay, rather than force his advantage with the Marauder at the top, he actually moved everything back down to the bottom so that he concentrates fire, right? So there you see the Marauder right there. You see that? The Marauder was at the top. Rather than press his advantage to go after the Harvester, he actually went down to try to take out that Giga Cannon. And notice how here he's constantly microing his Scavengers to act as a shield for his Giga Cannon at all times, and he ensures that every unit that's killed, and I'll show you from this view now, that he is able to pick up extra Tiberium. Lopakta did a great job here microing so that he wasn't able to use his advantage. He tries to roll out an Infernal to assure his dominance on the ground and protect his Giga Cannon even more. Unfortunately, by blowing off his load right there with his Infernal, he wasn't able to charge up fast enough to counter both the bikes and the flame troops and everything else that was on the map. And so in this case, he's going to lose, right? He just got outgunned here because he couldn't get the matchup that he wanted, and it doesn't really matter what he does now because he's standing on all three tiles and he picks up the loss. So great play from both sides. Now that I've shown you his loss, this is what's most impressive about Noid Hex. When you play somebody over and over and over again, you learn their tendencies, their weaknesses, their strengths, right? And check this out. Noid Hex was able to pick up win after win after win after he lost to him. So I'm going to show you here, where's that loss? Here, where'd it go? So there's his loss, and here's the very next match against him, okay? So this is what makes him great. He makes the adjustment, and so Lopakta probably knows him quite well now, and yet Noid Hex was able to use a very similar strategy, but with better micro, sharper micro to get the win. So check it out. Super, super, super smart. Now this time he rolls out a Scavenger. He sees the Cyber Wheels once again. Okay, he's gonna have the two Scavengers come out to try to pressure the enemy Harvester. Notice how he places the Scavenger side by side so that as the Chem Buggy comes up, both of them picked up Tiberium. Did you see that? Boom, there it is. He just picked up 30 Tiberium, right, by placing his Scavengers side by side. That was really, really smart. Now he's rushing his Scavengers back. There, boom, boom, picks up double 10s. That's 70 Tiberiums he's already picked up. That's 80, 90 Tiberium. Because he's picked up 90 Tiberium, he's got a massive advantage. Look at the Tiberium count here, okay, on both sides. He just rolled out a Giga Cannon. That means he's also open with two buildings now, and he still has 60 Tiberium versus Lopakta, which only has 50. So because of what he's been able to do here, boom, there it is again, picks up another 10. He's up almost 100 Tiberium using this strategy, right? He smartly uses the Giga Cannon and rolls it back and wipes out these bikes in a hurry, right? The Scavengers is allowing him to pick up more Tiberium for free. He's using the Giga Cannon to hold that middle position really, really well. Wipes out everything Lopakta sends his way, and it really doesn't really matter at this stage. Notice how he's able to allow his Giga Cannon to die, picks up more Tiberium, and with that Scavenger just holding the middle, he is absolutely dominating the economy game. And by absolutely dominating the economy, he's able to roll out two Chem Buggies, he's got his Giga Cannon, and he's doing really, really, really well. And that involves a lot of micro because he has to move his Scavenger in at just the right time in order for him to pick up these free Tiberium crystals. It's not easy to do, and I think that is really, really incredible. Notice how he's smartly now, instead of pressing and pressuring the enemy Harvester, he realizes he's got a huge economic advantage, which is why he basically fills that center tile with units. I don't care how you micro, because he realizes Lopakta doesn't have any air units, right? That's the end of that. Genius. Finished that match in 2 minutes 18 seconds by making the adjustment. And I love the way those scavengers just picked up Tiberium after Tiberium. He actually gained in his economy here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you one more match now against Lepakta. This one is not even going to be close. The reason I'm showing you because like both sides know each other now. There's going to be adjustments, so you would think these matches would become closer. Granted, he is slightly outgunned, right, in terms of levels here, but that doesn't discount what Noid Hex has been able to do, which is what I really enjoy watching. I've never seen anybody use this deck before, because I doubt anybody else has spent the money to get level 13 Scavengers. I haven't even unlocked them yet. I didn't even know they were rolling out yet. So there it is with the double Scavenger, and I'm pretty sure once this unit becomes quite popular, this really potentially could become the new meta where everybody starts using this, okay? So check this out. Picks up 10, 20 Tiberium, 30 Tiberium by sacrificing. So in other words, it didn't cost him anything to build that Scavenger. He smartly rolls it in again. Did you see that? He picked up 30 Tiberium. So right now he has spent the equivalent of $0, okay? Understand that. Everything you've seen so far, he has spent 0 Tiberium. Look at the difference on the bottom. Because he's able to do that, he is essentially gaining even more Tiberium than a double harvester could provide. There it is once again, and right now he is up approximately 120 Tiberium count, okay? And because of that, he has complete dominance over this game. Because not only does he have a huge economic advantage, Lepakta at this stage basically just gives up on the game. Because he isn't able to break through his army of Scavengers. And so you're going to quickly see the end of this match here. And bada bing, bada boom. Blow up his baits. We're going to, okay, watch this in real time. And he's done. So I thought that was really, really incredible micro there with the Scavengers. Now I know you could probably get a rip on me saying, well, he's got level 13 units. Of course he's strong. It's the fact that this strategy came out and that he's one of the first to use it, I think is what makes him great. Now I'm going to show you guys one last match here against the Duke of Earl.
Establishing battlefield control.
Really, really fun match to watch. I thought it was just so cool, this deck, right? I really, really believe the Scavenger is probably not overpowered, but I have a feeling like they're gonna rebalance it so it costs more to build, right? Or they're gonna slow it down. They're gonna have to nerf this unit because this is just ridiculous the way he's able to pick up Tiberium. So now he smartly rolls out Rifleman. Why? Well, guess what happens when a Rifleman dies? If he rolls out the Scavengers again, right, then he's going to gain himself a huge advantage. Here he rolls out Rifleman, he goes 2-on-1. He sees the Talon come out to take out his Scavengers, to take out his Rifleman, sorry, and he moves the Scavenger strategically in place so that he's trying his best to pick up Tiberium. And here it is again. There it is with the Chem Buggy, doing a lot of work. Right, couldn't pick up the Tiberium like he would usually want to, but he was able to get the missile, which is what's important. And there it is with the missile. He picks it up. The Scavenger does a great job, holds his own against the Talon really, really well. And because it does a damage against vehicles really, really well, it just shreds the Pitbull. Did you see that? Level 13 Pitbull. There it is, and picks up more Tiberium. He uses the Chem Buggy smartly. Now, I don't know if you guys saw all that. He used this Chem Buggy as bait for Duke of Earl to chase, while keeping the Scavenger in right in the middle of the action, so that the Pitbull just kept eating damage without doing anything to his Chem Buggy. Right now he's positioning himself with the Giga Cannon so that it can roll down and shred that double harvester down at the bottom there. Right, he's again using his Chem Buggy to press his advantage. The Borka comes out to try to clear off the everything, but the Scavenger are in place to pick up the Tiberium even when they die. He smartly rolls out a Phantom. The missile is stalled out right now, and he lost his army. However, you will see that the Chem Buggy, he rolls it out because this whole game he's just been rolling out with Missile Squad so far. He rolls out the Chem Buggy, uses the Phantom at the top because he's got enough health to try to get this missile. He rolls out with the Scavenger. That Chem Buggy just does way too much damage against the infantry. He picks up another 10 Tiberium. He sacrifices his Phantom because right now it's useless. And you're going to see that he will get this missile, right? He quickly rolls out with the Rifleman, and there it is. Got himself the matchup advantage and picked up himself the win. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That's about as fast as you can finish a match. So Noid Hex, really cool to watch. I would call him the Scavenger Giga Cannon Master, and for those of you guys who don't have the Scavenger yet, this is the model on how to use it, and this is the deck. Huge shout outs to you guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day. Take care.